First of all, real quick, I just saw the news, Coach Knight passing away, and I've been lucky through Coach K through the years just to get to know Coach Knight and, just what he's meant to the sport. So I'm sorry to see that. My thoughts are with his family, of course, but that was sad to see that. As far as tonight goes, I thought it was great for our team just to get a feel for playing in Cameron. It's a different feeling. We have 4 freshmen still. It's their first time doing it. I think there's some nerves to shake off. There's, the crowd just, it's a different feeling. So I thought that was good. I thought we came out really ready to play. I thought our defense faded as the night went on, but also Pembroke just doesn't stop playing. They play really hard and did a good job. So you can see we can have a lot of different lineups. I don't have all the answers yet. I'm still learning, just like you guys are. But I do have confidence in that, core group that started the game, how hard they're going to play. Thought they shared it really well. I think we're still getting a feel for how to play with each other. But, again, a lot to clean up, a lot to work on. But tonight was really good just to get a feel for playing in Cameron.
Jon, you mentioned the defense. Obviously, things are going to be different this year without Derek. But what was what you were hoping to achieve defensively, and how satisfied were you with the execution of the game plan specifically?
Well, it depends what point in the game you're talking about. Because for me, I thought the way we started was great. We're a team. Last year, we didn't pressure the ball as much. This year, we can get after you a little bit more. But once that pressure faded away, I thought we let them get in our paint way too easy, and that's something we need to clean up. The versatility is important for this team, so we have bigger guards, the versatility of Mark, the versatility of Flip, being able to switch a lot of stuff, and then we need to be more physical. I thought they got too many layups overall, but again, they're a paint team. That's what they do. They did a good job, but clearly a lot for us to clean up on, especially in the second half.
What do you talk about the 3-guard lineup and how you thought that worked?
Thought it was great. No matter who it was, Jared, Tyrese, Jeremy to start, and then Caleb coming right off. They're all just smart basketball players. They're tough, and I mentioned their size, and like Jeremy's probably the smallest, but he's 22 today. he's older. He's tough. He's strong, and so I don't feel like we're giving a lot up with that. And on offense, we're really able to space the floor really well, and Flip didn't even have to do a whole lot tonight. Thought it was maybe just me. He had a quiet 17 though. All of a sudden you look up and he's got 17 points. It just comes easy for him. So again, still figuring it out. It is different, but the mentality and the want to, like they want to share it and play well together. We didn't call a whole lot tonight, just trying to learn how to play together. So to score 109 points without even really executing is a good thing.
I want to ask you about how the defense will progress in practice. I know the next game you have a real game, so
Right.
It's progressed as far as it can be. But that being said, what are some of the challenges to playing this type of defense, the style to keep them out of the middle, that kind of thing?
Well, it's not just keeping them out of the middle, it's keeping the ball in front. And, you're going to play against different offenses. Like for them, they're different than the offense we saw in the secret scrimmage, and they're going to be different than who we see on Monday night. And the one thing that's going to be consistent is the ball pressure. And not just keeping the ball out of the paint with drives, but with catches. I thought we just let them catch it too easy, the elbows, and also the post. So part of that probably is playing the score a little bit, which that's not okay. You still have to play every possession the right way. But then also it's the attention to detail. So I can't tell you what the risks are of playing, the way we're playing or anything like that. But I do know it still starts with a competitive edge. It still starts with the fight. It still starts with impacting the ball. And for the majority, especially the first half, we did that. I thought we just didn't do that as well in the second half.
What do you think you learned about the freshmen tonight and their performance?
To be honest, nothing too new. These guys, all 4 of them compete. They all, are figuring things out in their own way. But, I've known these guys for a long time now, so I'm not surprised that they weren't really phased out here. I thought a little bit there's some nerves to shake off, which is normal. But, Jared and Caleb as guards, they bring they don't play like normal freshmen. They just don't. And TJ and Sean, they're in tougher positions because, guarding the spots they're in is just tougher. So you have to know multiple spots. You have to defend multiple positions. So they have a lot to learn, but they're every day working at it and attacking, and they've had great attitudes, which is not surprising knowing those guys.
Is there anything you can share about Coach Knight's impact? I know you touched on it a little bit in your opening statement, but as a coach, he's obviously one of the legends.
Well, look, obviously Coach K played for him, right? So he'd be the one that has to tell you, but I know a lot of values or different things have been passed down. And so whether I know it or not, I'm sure there's messages along the way that Coach K learned from Coach Knight naturally. And so, his wins says a lot about him, says a lot about the coach that he was. And he came, my senior year, he came a couple times here to Duke and just to meet him and just to get his perspective on our program, on me as a player, our team. That's a really meaningful thing.
John, his turnover ratio was pretty impressive. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, 20 assists, 5 turnovers is good. But also you score 109 points. I think there's just our guys are used to they all can score. I wouldn't be surprised if any one of them were a leading scorer for us in a different game. But just you can't get antsy, because it's depending on how the game is going. You may not get a shot for a little bit. You may not touch it as much. But, when you're scoring so easy like that, you just have to stay with the flow. And, again, I thought we did a really good job overall. Like 20 assists and 5 turnovers, that's great. But there's still more for us to learn how to get to the second side, how to get to the next level. And I'm anxious for us to really start clicking for 40 minutes to do that. I don't think it's far away, but we still have a couple more jumps to make with that.
John, we talked a little bit about Kyle and what the hip surgeries would allow him to do explosiveness offensively, defensively. He said he's trying to learn how to front a little bit more, but how did you feel just about his performance? Obviously he's asked to do a little bit different stuff.
Yeah, I thought overall he did a good job. He's playing through a lot of contact down there, and his numbers is one thing, but I think the other thing is just his impact on winning, which I thought he created a lot of attention tonight without even getting the ball. And on defense, he did a good job. He's switching for us. He's also playing different coverages and pick and roll. He has to protect the basket. We're asking him to do a lot, which is part of the reason he came back. Like, he wants that responsibility. There's some things to clean up, of course. Nobody played a perfect game, but he did a really good job for the first time, first game, coming off of surgery. Thought he looked great. Yeah, Christian's okay. Just right before the game, he just had felt something with his knee. He's okay, and we'll see. I don't want to comment on without seeing him after the game, but don't think it's anything serious.
John, what was your message to the team now that it's real moving forward?
Yeah, there's no second chances anymore. So for us, we haven't had the chance. I didn't think we put together a 40-minute game tonight. And starting on Monday, you need to put together a 40-minute game. And so the way that we practice, you have to have a complete practice. It's not just practice. Practice is you need to get through the weekend too. What was that? Was that something? Our guys, they heard practice and they tried to, screw with the mic or whatever. But you got to put together a 40-minute game. That was really my main message. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, John.